Hello, I'm Adriana Catero, and you're watching Ballot Meridian 2016 election coverage on HOMTV. And for the next few minutes, HOMTV offers you a look at some of the candidates appearing on the August primary ballot. Each candidate was invited to give a short statement on behalf of their campaign. Now, this program will offer you an opportunity to hear from contested Democratic candidates in the race for Meridian Township Supervisor, Clerk, and Trustee, as well as the Democratic candidate running unopposed for Treasurer, Republican candidate running unopposed for Supervisor, and one of the 3 Republican candidates running unopposed for Trustee. We'll start the race with Meridian Township Supervisor. On the primary ballot is Republican candidate Tom Klenzinger and Democratic candidates Milton L. Scales and Ronald J. Styka.
Hello, I'm Tom Klenzinger, your Republican candidate for Meridian Township Supervisor. This year we have a great opportunity to elect new leadership in our community, since at least 4 of the current 7 board members are not rerunning for their current positions. And we do need new leadership, since with the current one-party rule, it's become painfully obvious that the current board is rude to each other, rude to the public, and don't communicate with each other. We need a new supervisor who will lead the board with civility and clarity and encourage cooperation and conciliation to advance the people's business. I believe I'm that person, since I've already served 2 terms on the Township Board as Treasurer and Trustee, and I've also served as President of the Meridian Hills Condominium Association for the past 3.5 years. I'm a playwright and composer who has many years of experience in communication arts and sciences, which is the college I got my degree from at Michigan State University. As we advance further into the 21st century, we have to make sure not only that Meridian Township is on a sound financial footing, but also that our infrastructure, that is water and sewer services, are maintained at the level of quality you deserve and must have. Remember, this year there's no more straight ticket voting, so I hope you'll work your way down the ballot and make me, Tom Klenzinger, your first choice for Meridian Township Supervisor. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Milton Scales, Democratic candidate for Township Supervisor. Thank you for inviting me into your home. As your Township Trustee, I provide goal-setting leadership and common-sense decision-making to the board while serving you. I ask that you allow me to continue serving you. I exceed prerequisites with a BS in Community Development and a Master of Science in Public Administration. Visit miltonscales.com to learn more. Originally from Detroit, where I served as a police officer, my job as a state conservation officer brought me to Lansing. I selected Meridian as my home 16 years ago. As a retired Director of Environmental Crime Investigations, I chose to remain in Meridian because I love the township, the amenities it offers, and the safety it provides. My values of family, faith, education, and community drew me closer to Meridian. Teaching at Saginaw Valley State University, I yearned to engage more with my local community. Our county commissioners appointed me to the Road Commission, as Meridian's board appointed me to our Planning Commission. During this service, I realized I had more to offer. In 2012, my friends and neighbors encouraged me to seek the supervisor's position. Instead, I successfully campaigned for trustee to gain additional township experience. Now I ask for your vote for Township Supervisor. My politics are politics of the people. I ask what's on your mind, I respond to your inquiry, and I work very hard to solve your problems. That's what I've done as your trustee, and that's what I'll do as your Township Supervisor. Please vote Democratic, vote blue, vote Milton Scales to continue serving you. Visit miltonscales.com. I'm Milton Scales, and I approve this message.
I'm Ron Styka, and I'm seeking your support in the August 2nd primary election. For the last 4 years, I have served Meridian Township as a trustee. I'm asking that you promote me to Township Supervisor. There are 3 primary reasons for making me your choice as Township Supervisor: my experience, skills, and temperament. I'm an attorney and served 40 years as an Assistant Attorney General, providing advice and guidance to state boards, commissions, and departments. I served 22 years on the Okemos Board of Education, and now I serve as your trustee. In all these positions, I brought calm insight to the issues and guided boards to decisions that benefited all citizens. Next, I listen to citizens, study every issue, and work to build consensus decisions on the board. I worked with managers and their staffs to get things done. I've helped balance budgets and maintain programs in the face of declining revenues. When the new fire station came in over budget, I built a consensus among the designers, contractors, and firefighters to give the township a deluxe station at an affordable price. Third, I have shown that I have the temperament to lead. I am even-tempered and get things done at meetings without raising my voice or being rude. Through example and diplomacy, I help others move to consensus decisions. I believe that Meridian Township needs a leader dedicated to protecting all aspects of our community while working to improve them. I will maintain Meridian as a community that is friendly to families and serves the needs of children, active adults, and senior citizens. I will maintain Meridian as an environmental community with green spaces, pathways, and recreational facilities. I will help make Meridian a community that encourages smart growth and develops business opportunities. I pledge to represent all the residents of Meridian Township. Whether their address is Hazlet, East Lansing, or Okemos, I pledge to develop collaborative efforts with neighboring communities to reduce the cost of government. Please join me in working for one Meridian. Please vote for Ron Steiker for Meridian Supervisor in a Democratic primary. Thank you.
Again, that's Democrats Milton L. Scales and Ronald J. Steiker, who will appear on the August primary ballot for Meridian Township Supervisor. The winner will face Republican Tom Klenzinger in the general election this November. Klenzinger is unopposed in the primary. Next is the race for Meridian Township Clerk. On the primary ballot are Democratic incumbent candidate Brett Dreyfuss and Democratic challenger Gaylord Mankowski.
Hello, my name is Gaylord Mankowski, and I'm seeking the position of Meridian Township Clerk. It has been my honor to serve as a police officer for over 30 years. I retired from the Meridian Police Department 2 years ago and started my own pickle business. My wife, Jocelyn, is a longtime 5th grade teacher for the Okemos School District, and we are blessed to have our daughter, Alicia, who is 4 years old and will be entering the Okemos schools next year. The management skills I obtained through 31 years of law enforcement, 15 years of union leadership, and many years of instructing at Lansing Community College uniquely qualify me to be our next clerk. My work ethic is impeccable, and I've always led by example in our community. My father and 5 uncles all served in armed forces and inspired me to go into public service. I saw the difference they made every day, and I followed in their footsteps. I worked for the Meridian Township Police Department for 25 years with my fellow officers to make sure our community is safe, livable, a good place to work, and a great place to raise a family. Community service is my passion, and my knowledge of our community would make me very innovative and effective as your township clerk. Being out in my patrol car, I learned a lot about our community. What stood out to me were children in need. In my first year, I started an annual holiday party for children in need, a tradition that continues 25 years later and has raised over $100,000. Because of my dedication to community service, I pledge to donate 10% of my take-home salary to help children and families in need in Meridian Township. I've joined forces with a diverse team who shares my values about community service. We are working together for the residents in the primary. Julie Brooksey for treasurer, Dan Opsmer, Phil DeShane, and Patricia Herring-Jackson for trustee, and me, Gaylord Mankowski, for clerk. You can learn more about our team by visiting www.meridian2016.com. In closing, I will be accessible, respectful, and responsive as your township clerk. Thank you for your consideration.
Hello, Meridian citizens. I'm your township clerk, Brett Dreyfuss, and I'm running for re-election, seeking my 2nd term of office. I have more than 13 years of experience serving our township, including the Planning Commission, the Zoning Board of Appeals, and being elected Township Board member. I was elected Township Clerk in 2012. I also served on the Communications Commission, and I'm currently the board representative to the Meridian Economic Development Corporation, which promotes economic prosperity and business retention in our community. During my first term, I completed a 3-year program called the Clerks Institute, sponsored by Central Michigan University. Upon graduation, I attained the professional designation Certified Michigan Municipal Clerk. There are 2 hats that the clerk wears. One is the head of the clerk's office, which is an administrative function, and the other is serving as a voting member and officer of the Board of Trustees. As a department director, I'm responsible for administering all elections within the township, maintaining township records, as well as preparing minutes of various public meetings. I am accredited by the state of Michigan as an election administrator and successfully conducted 8 elections since my term of office began. All townships in Michigan undergo random quality control audits conducted by the county clerk's office. We've had 2 audits so far, and I'm pleased to report both passed with flying colors. In the next 4 years, I would like to advocate for no reason absentee voting in Michigan, improve the voter flow at some of our busier polling locations, and help implement new voting technologies, which will be introduced statewide starting in 2017. As a board member, I'm involved in all the day-to-day decisions that affect our community. I strongly support neighborhood quality of life, which means wise land use decisions, preventing urban sprawl, destruction of green space and natural areas, and protecting residents from excessive noise and traffic. I support our first-class police, fire, and ambulance services, and strongly support schools, parks and pathways, and library services. I also prioritize repaving our deteriorating roads. Thank you for your support over the past 8 years as your elected representative, and I look forward to continue serving as your township clerk.
Again, that's Democratic incumbent Brett Dreyfus and Democratic challenger Gaylord Minkowski, who will appear on the August primary ballot for Meridian Township Clerk. Now, there is no Republican opponent for the primary or general elections. Next is the race for Meridian Township Treasurer, with Democratic incumbent Julie Brixey running unopposed in the primary and general elections.
I'm Julie Brixey, and I've been treasurer for 8 years and on the township board for 16 years. We've seen some tough times over the past few years, and I'm so happy to see things improving. The most important part of my job as treasurer is keeping the township money safe. I will continue to make fiscally sound collection and investment decisions to protect township assets. If you pay your taxes or other township bills in person, you may have seen me waiting on customers at the counter. I value hard work and customer service in my office. You may have also seen me volunteering in the community. My record on the township board includes strong support for local schools, libraries and businesses, sound land use planning, environmental stewardship, and fiscal prudence. This year we opened our new fire station equipped with the community room that the Rotary Club helped to provide. When working on collaborative efforts such as these, I'm reminded of what makes Meridian Township so special. Terrific people willing to work hard for their community. For the last 16 years, I've been working hard on behalf of Meridian, and I remain committed to our success. We need a township board that reflects our great community and that wants to work together for the success of Meridian. All members of our community need to be treated with fairness and respect regardless of their opinions. Our community has a lot to gain by electing a board that's committed to working together, and this is my goal. In the primary, we've assembled a team with Gaylord Minkowski for clerk, Dan Opsimer, Phil DeShane, and Patricia Herring-Jackson for trustees. Together, we plan to improve quality of life in Meridian. You can learn more about our team by visiting our website, www.meridian2016.com. It's been an honor to serve the residents of Meridian as your treasurer. Thank you for your consideration.
Again, that's Democratic incumbent Julie Brixey, who will appear on the August primary ballot for Meridian Township Treasurer. She is unopposed for the primary and general elections. Finally is the race for Meridian Township Trustee between Republicans Brian Zubak, Deborah Lee Piper, and Jared S. Wilson, and Democrats Brett DeGroff, Phil DeShane, Patricia Herring-Jackson, Dan Opsimer, Kathy Ann Sunland, and incumbent John R. Veenstra.
Hi, my name is Brett DeGroff, and I'm running for Meridian Township Trustee. As a public defender, I fight and win tough battles for my clients. As a trustee, I'll do the same for the people of Meridian Township, both collectively for the township as a whole and for individual citizens. And just as I do in my practice, I'll undertake that advocacy in a professional and collegial manner. The township has important business which needs to be taken care of, such as updating our master plan, enacting an urban services boundary, and more. Issues like these are enough to deal with without letting tangential conflicts of personality into the discussion, or worse, usurp the discussion altogether. The more I talk with folks in the community, the more I see that they're tired of this type of thing on their board. No one denies it's a problem. The only question is how to fix it. I don't believe the solution is for board members to be picking sides or teams. Instead, I think each member of our board needs to realize that it simply isn't their place to choose who serves on the board with them. That's a right and responsibility that belongs to the people of Meridian Township. The task of our board members is to respect the voters' decision and work collaboratively with whoever the voters choose. A vote for me is a vote for the principles of professionalism and collegiality, and I hope you'll support me on August 2nd. Thanks very much.
Hello, I'm Phil DeShane, and I'm running as a Democratic candidate to be your next Meridian Township trustee. Thank you for inviting me into your home to allow me to introduce myself and discuss some of the important issues facing our township. I have 30 years of professional experience and decades of community service that will make me an effective and responsive Meridian Township trustee. I am currently a Meridian Township Park Commissioner. As Commissioner, I have helped create the first ever Love a Park Day, which resulted in hundreds of hours of time donated to our great park system. I also helped craft the Central Park Redevelopment Plan. Over the next few years, this plan will lead to a new and expanded farmers market. As president of the Hazlet Kiwanis Club, I led an effort to raise $20,000 towards the construction of the new Hazlet Library. This was a public-private partnership that was able to create a new library with no additional taxes. I also helped create the Flags Over Meridian project, which now has 500 flags flying in front of businesses and homes 6 times a year. I built a home in Meridian Township, and all 3 of my children graduated from Hazlet schools and benefited from our high quality of life here in Meridian Township. My wife, Gail, is a lifelong public school teacher. I will use my 30 years of professional IT experience to help oversee the operation of the township and make it run even more efficiently. I support smart, planned growth in Meridian Township. We have a master plan and we should follow it. Our land preservation program is a terrific part of our planning process. Some people on the township board appear to say no growth. However, no growth is simplistic and short-sighted, and it's unfair to our great school districts. As your trustee, I will work hard to ensure that the township board acts professionally, responsibly, and the board is inclusive to all residents and small businesses. For more information, you can go to phildeshane.com. Please consider voting for me as your next trustee and the rest of my Meridian 2016 team. Julie Brixey, Gaylord Mankowski, Dan Opsinger, and Pat Jackson. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Dan Opsinger, and I am running for Meridian Township trustee in the Democratic primary election on Tuesday, August 2nd. My family lives in the Hillbrook Park neighborhood in Hazlet near Lake Lansing and Marsh. My wife, Jamie, is a geriatric nurse at Sparrow Hospital, and our son Jack just finished kindergarten at Wilkshire Elementary. Like many residents, Jamie and I decided to raise our family here in Meridian Township because of the wonderful people, neighborhoods, schools, parks, and trails. We feel very fortunate to live in a community that is full of thoughtful, interesting, and dynamic people, and could not ask for a more caring and compassionate community to help raise our son, Jack. I'm committed to giving back by devoting my time, energy, knowledge, and experience to our community. I currently serve as the Chief of Staff to State Representative Jim Townsend, a Democrat from Royal Oak in Oakland County. I previously served as the Chief of Staff to State Representative Stacy Irwin Oaks, a Democrat from Saginaw, and I also worked for our former State Representative Mark Meadows. In the community, I currently serve on the Meridian Township Planning Commission and as the President-elect of the Kiwanis Club of East Lansing. I am also an active member of the Hazlet Beautification Association, Sierra Club, Meridian Recycling, Recycle East Lansing, and the Mid-Michigan Autism Association. I've really enjoyed visiting with residents and discussing the issues facing our community over the past several months, and I hope to earn one of your 4 votes on Tuesday, August 2nd. Thank you.
My name is Patricia Herring Jackson. I am a Democrat and a candidate for Meridian Township trustee. I have lived in Okemos with my husband Julius for 29 years, and my 3 children, now adults, were educated, at least in part, in the Okemos Public Schools. For the last 16 years, I've served on the Township Planning Commission, working to promote orderly growth and development in our community based on community standards as outlined in our master plan and ordinances and Township Board policy. Currently, I also serve on the Zoning Board of Appeals. Meridian Township has been a great community for my family. We have all grown, learned, and thrived here, due in part to the great schools, attractive, comfortable neighborhoods, and the prevailing community emphasis on health and safety in a beautiful green environment. As a candidate, I am most interested in protecting and enhancing our community's most valued assets: beautiful neighborhoods, pathway and trail systems, parks, and high-quality police, fire, and EMS and other public services. It is important that we promote redevelopment and revitalization of our commercial areas and develop strategies to bring new opportunities for missing middle and more affordable housing and transportation options to the township for everyone. I value citizen engagement, effective community communications, government transparency, and mutual respect. I believe that my knowledge, skills, and experiences have prepared me well for Township Board service. I have learned also from and worked with many people committed to making Meridian Township the kind of community we are all proud to own. The Team Meridian 2016 candidates, Brixie, Mankowski, DeShane, and Opsima, share these values and commitments with me. I hope you agree. And remember to cast 1 of 4 votes for Meridian Township Trustee for Patricia Herring Jackson on your August 2nd ballot.
I'm John Veenstra. I'm a member of the Meridian Township Board of Trustees, and I'm running for re-election in the August 2nd Democratic primary. I have a number of views. First of all, I believe it's important that the board use fair process and inform the citizens. And I'm very proud of the fact that with the support of a half-dozen citizens, I got the Township Board to order that not just the agenda, but the whole board packet be put online before the board meetings so that the citizens can read the background material on the issues coming before the board and know what's going on. I think that's absolutely essential to inform the citizens. I have a strong belief in protecting the environment, and to do that, I've advocated for various things like use more solar panels, use LED lighting for energy efficiency, have more recycling available. I'm a strong supporter of parks, a strong supporter of pathways. For example, I worked over 3 decades to bring about the old interurban pathway, which is now very popular and I think very successful. I'm a strong advocate for libraries. I got the size of the Okemos Library increased by 1/3, and I helped to bring about moving the Hazlitt Library from the cramped quarters on School Street to where it is now, that's over 3 times the size. I think it's obviously that we need to be very careful with our spending. I'm an advocate for that. I'm an opponent of excessive regulations. I'm an opponent of giving millions to developers. And I advocate improving Ready Ride, making it more efficient. So if you want a candidate who will ask questions, think independently, vote for John Veenstra in the August 2nd Democratic primary for trustee.
Hi, I'm Kathy Ann Sunland. I'm a Democratic candidate for Meridian Township Board Trustee. I have been a resident of Meridian Township for 35+ years. I've owned 2 homes in Meridian Township. I've raised 2 children in the Hazlitt school system. I was the sports mom. My children were involved with track, soccer, basketball, volleyball. It was a wonderful time meeting all the families in Meridian Township at the time. So I've also been a Girl Scout troop leader during my daughter's years in elementary school. So I've had an opportunity to meet a lot of the residents from kind of a day-to-day involvement perspective. I know a lot of people, so they come to me and tell me what their issues are in Meridian Township. I have not been real involved in local politics, but I see that as a positive. I'm going to bring in a new, fresh perspective. I also bring in my research skills from being a state of Michigan human resources employee for 26 years. I served both parties in helping them accomplish whatever their goals were. So I bring those skills, the research, the problem-solving skills, to Meridian Township. And I'm asking for you to vote for me on the August 2nd primary. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out today. My name is Jared Sean Wilson, and I'm a candidate for the Meridian Township Board of Trustees. Today, I just want to mention the fresh perspective. The fresh perspective is my slogan, I guess you could call it, for my campaign. But I prefer to think of it as a set of ideals and values that I'm going to bring to the Township Board. The first of those values is we need to be proactive, not reactive. It's a statement heard a lot, the proactive, not reactive. But I think we need to focus more on it and how to do it. Sometimes we get so caught up in the why, but I think we need to look at how. I think we'll do it, well, I know we'll do it actually, by preparing for the future. And the first steps to prepare for the future is to take care of the promises and deals we made yesterday. The pensions, they're a growing liability we have in Meridian. It's something that's shared across the state, but that is one of the things we need to fund right now that it's not fully funded. By going on there, we need to take every available step to fully fund the pensions. We also need to look at how to appeal for the future generations, namely right now, the millennials. The millennials have a different mindset. They don't like to stay inside the house all the time. We need to bring more millennials to the area, more families. Our township has been great at getting people to come and stay, but I think right now we might be needing to improve people to come here. We're good at having people stay because we provide something for everyone. And today, I thank you for coming out, and you have a great day.
Again, that's Democrats Brett DeGroff, Phil DeShane, Patricia Herring-Jackson, Dan Opsimer, Kathy Ann Sunland, and incumbent John R. Veenstra, who will appear on the August primary ballot for Meridian Township trustee. Now the top 4 vote-getters will face Republicans Brian Zubak, Deborah Lee Piper, and Jared S. Wilson in the general election this November. Those Republican candidates are unopposed for the primary. Thank you for joining us for Ballot Meridian 2016 election coverage on HOMTV. I'm Adriana Gutierrez, and you can join us for live election night coverage beginning at 8 p.m. on August 2nd.